Hi everybody. So today I am very happy to be joined by my dear friend and colleague, Ms. Ruthie Lindsay. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
So who are you and what do you do and why do you do it?
I am Ruthie Lindsay. I am a fiddle player, originally from Scotland, but have been pretend brummie for the last 12 years.
Aww.
Play the fiddle, various other stringy things. I'm a freelance violinist, although obviously of late have been a freelance violinist that doesn't freelance with any other musicians from my bedroom, and a strings teacher as well.
So you've been working with Katy Bennett.
That's me.
How's that been and why did you agree to do that?
You make it sound like you helped me at gunpoint.
Kinda did.
So we've been friends for a couple of years now, but previous to becoming friends in real life, as you know, I was a fan of Katy Bennett before I before I knew her in real life. I've been to some of her gigs and I had some of her albums.
I think I supported your band.
Oh yes, you did.
Actually,
Yeah.
you
Did. But even then, I was still a super fan.
Were you a super fan?
I think that was the start of my super fan life. Yeah.
Excellent.
Anyway, had a lot of your albums, knew all the words, but didn't know you in person. And then we became real friends in a totally organic and not sort of me stalking you kind of way.
It really wasn't.
So we came into each other's lives and we played a lot of music just for fun. We did a lot of just like hanging out and playing Disney songs.
We did a lot of Disney.
Lots of Disney.
Could you demonstrate a bit of one of the Disney songs we used to play when we first friends?
Little
Disney.
Mermaid, Part of Your World. I mean, no, because I haven't got I need my props and I need the whole dance routine.
There's a great dance routine.
You asked me to play with you a couple of gigs last summer, was it?
I don't know. I think time is so stretchy at the moment.
Yeah, the reason that I agreed to it was because I felt like it was a really organic thing. We became good friends. We played music together for fun, and it always left me with good vibes.
I love your music. So we're a mutual fan.
Yeah, great. So are you my super fan now?
I wouldn't put it to that level.
Oh, okay, fair.
You arranged the beautiful string quartet arrangement for Where Does It Hurt, which just completely transforms the song. I mean, once it had the strings on it, I was like, oh, I love this. There's something really extraordinary about the string arrangement. How did that happen? Right? Yeah.
I was trying to think about this the other day. I was trying to think about when I first heard the song, and the way that we kind of work together is you play a song and I just kind of jump in the deep end and play around with it and see what feels right. And I think as a performer, you're very very emotive, and I feel like I sort of bounce off your energy really well. So it's really quite easy to. I think I respond well to the emotion in what you do, and I find it really easy to sort of just translate that and be really free. Yes, I remember you played Where Does It Hurt, and just the very first time that you we were in your living room in Balsall Heath, and I remember you were playing it and it finished, and I just went. I just heard a cello in my head. I just heard and it was honestly I felt like I'd heard a cello in the room. I was like I just heard a cello, and I just heard it immediately with this kind of warmth of strings behind it. So I think that's where the idea was kind of born. I like to be quite free with and not be too structured with my performance because I like to be kind of organic.
We think we talked about it as being like a cushion. A delicate cushion underneath the song, is that right?
Yeah. Hopefully just add a little bit of glitter on the top. Cushion underneath. Glitter on the top. Yeah. Just to kind of really support.
I mean, I feel like we could go in a completely different direction right now.
Yeah. Sort of noodly, sort of emotional.
Noodly emotional. noodly emotional.
I've got a
fiddle.
degree in music, you know. My noodly emotion on the top.
I was quite impressed that we managed to do. So we recorded it in June 2020 during the middle of lockdown.
So yeah, you sent me a guide track. Well, I'd written out the string part, and then we'd had 1 or 2 sessions just sort of tweaking things to make sure that it was exactly what you wanted. And then the original plan had been to record it in a room with other humans without any distancing pre-COVID. I'm not the best with technology and computers, and it made me really realise how much I take engineers for granted when I go into recording, because I just walk in and just play and leave. But suddenly, because it was in the heart of lockdown, wasn't it, when we really couldn't leave or see anybody or do anything. Luckily, somebody lent me some mics and some gear, and I did lots of phoning you, going, what does this number mean? What does that mean? It sounds rubbish. How can I make it sound good?
Change the input level.
Yeah, I was like, the zigzags look weird. So I recorded the first 2 string parts, the 2 violin parts. I went to record the viola part myself. I had intended on doing that, but suddenly realised that my instrument and my skills were not kind of up to scratch, so the lovely Helen Bell stepped in.
Oh, thank you very much, Helen Bell.
Yeah, did the same thing. She sent me the viola line from her spare bedroom
up
in Sheffield in the lockdown. She sent that to us.
And then we got Helena Rosewell,
who
lives not very far from here.
Yeah,
in Birmingham.
Her to stick on the cello
cello line
that we heard a year ago with Fossil Heath.
She realised it.
Yeah, she brought that to life. And then I added the sort of improvisation, the glittery parts.
So hang on,
Violet.
an extra bit.
Yeah.
Totally surprised that. Oh my goodness.
See the magic of technology.
Oh, the magic of
yeah. And then I sort of sent all that back to you.
And then I sent it to the excellent Jim Cornick in Bristol, who said, Katy, you've sent them to me in totally the wrong time positions.
Yeah, that's partly my fault, I think.
No, I think it was my fault, definitely my fault. And he's had to spend quite a lot of time lining them all up. And lots of things which in a studio would have happened in about 5 minutes ended up taking several days because we had to go back and forth. But he managed to do a beautiful mix of it all and get it to sound like we were in the same room, I think.
Yeah, and I have to say that I was excited at the idea when we decided to do it in lockdown, partly because I was bored and lonely as well. I was like, a project, oh my god, I'm going to be playing with other people. But then I got quite frustrated at the process, I think, because it's just not the same. It's not the same, is it? As sitting with a string quartet and all, moving together and playing together. By the end of it, I sort of felt all the parts were good, but I couldn't really visualise how it was going to come together and be what we wanted it to be. But then I was completely blown away by what Jim sent us. It sounded like we had a whole little orchestra in a lovely, beautiful studio.
Yeah.
And
it was even better than I imagined it being.
Yeah,
I was excited about it, and as you say, it was frustrating trying to do stuff in lockdown because you're not with people and you can't bounce ideas.
And it's like what you just said as well, that thing of normally it would just be a quick 10-second conversation or responding to something had to be we transfer files and emails and responding in type and specific seconds on the track, and that all takes a real long time back and forth, but
we got it, we did it.
We did it. Yeah. And like I say, I was really it sounded as I had imagined it, doing it as a live thing, as it was the original plan. It sounded even better than I had expected that to sound. So I was really, really pleased with all the magical little elves that stitched it all together and made it sound brilliant.
They're good, those elves.
And it's just a great song as well. I just love it.
Well, I see you've got your violin there. Do you want to give us a little tune? Have you got any guilty pleasures of songs or tunes that you really like? So, dear listener, Ruthie and I, she doesn't know this, we're going to do a covers duo that play hits of the 90s in a trad folk style. Isn't that right?
I am definitely down with that. Yeah.
I
think those are two of my main strengths in life.
Trad folk and 90s pop.
Yes, I think those would be.
What should we? So Blame It on the Weatherman by Bewitched. Bit of Britney.
Britney, yeah. I mean, I can't just play them on my own. That'd be weird.
Should I go and get my guitar? So, what were you playing?
folky or if it was just us being good. Anyway.
Ruthie Lindsay.
I mean, I feel like this doesn't show off my actual abilities as a musician. Everyone's going to be like, go back into your house. You don't need to come out of lockdown.
Thanks very much.
We're also quite good at.
What do you do?
We're also quite good. What's the
What's that? What's that called? What's it? Is it Run On?
Thunder of the
Dreams. It's Fleetwood Mac. This is Fleetwood Mac originally.
Oh yeah. But the chorus make it like they do their shit like.
Yeah,
But you've got to have beautiful hair.
That makes me Jim Cool, which makes me an Antimasker, which I'm not happy with. I don't want to be Jim Cool.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea. I'm forgetting all of our things.
Can you do what one's that?
I said, hey boy.
Yeah, do that one.